Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to actually do a little Logic Pro demonstration for you. So if you were planning on writing a song and you wanted to get it down quick in a demo form and you had Logic Pro, this is how you could go about doing it. So I don't actually have any song ideas in my head right now. I'm just going to let things flow as we have this video move along. I figured out how to put an inset of Logic Pro into the video so you can follow along with me. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead. The very first thing I'm going to do, actually, hold on. So I'm going to start my QuickTime so that y'all can follow along with me on Logic Pro. So we're going to start there, record. There we go. Okay, now we're recording. So now I'm going to launch Logic Pro. Okay, and there's all kinds of things you can use here that are already set up. I think that what I'm going to do is just start a brand new project and not even worry about it. Sure, there are things like loops, but we're just going to pretend you're a regular old songwriter and I don't know. You just want to write a song. You don't want to get into all the fancy stuff. So here we go, and we're going to start with, well, software instrument because actually no. Here, let's just go straight to audio, okay? Even though I don't have anything right at the moment that will mean anything. So we're just starting from scratch. So we got an untitled, so let's go ahead and title it. We'll say Logic Pro Demo Songwriting. And it's actually my songwriting, not Logic Pro's, whatever. Okay, so first thing I want to do is actually create a software instrument track. Okay, oops. Ooh, oh, that's interesting. Well, gee, I didn't even know about this. Ooh. Too much of that. Hold on. All right, I'm screwing around. I shouldn't do that. All right, let's, that's actually not what I was looking to get. New software instrument track. There we go. And we'll get rid of the tough kit for now. I don't know what that was. So I use Logic Pro for a lot of things, but I don't tend to use it yet too much for song stuff, even though I probably should. But here, we'll leave audio 1. Let's get rid of audio 1 just to keep the weirdness down. Now, okay. Let me go ahead and turn up my stereo back here. You'll notice it says classic electric piano here, which is fine for what we're doing, but we could do anything. I mean, there's all this stuff here. One of the key aspects of songwriting is you don't want to get too bogged down in whatever else is going on right at the moment. So if you just want to get something down fast, here's the way you go about it. Whatever comes up, maybe you already have a favorite piano you want to use or something like that. Or if you don't, we'll just go ahead and use what came up first, classic electric piano, okay? And now I want to just get a little metronome going, so that should be doable. It's 120 up here. You can set it to any tempo you like. There's your tempo. And you might even want to do something, well, no. Let's not screw around too much with the tempo right now. This is a pretty good tempo to start, and we can always speed it up later if we like, because that's the good part of having a software instrument. So there we have a phrase. Let me see here. Now, you can see down here, there's the stuff I just did. It's mostly on time. You want to be within these little grid things here, but it's not perfect, but it's not bad. Basically started at the 11, so I'm going to do this and bring it down here. Okay, so since I'm just working on one little part right now, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this. You just go Command R. So now it's going to happen a few times. And probably that's enough just for our demo, but let's give it a listen. Now, if I really wanted to get to be a stickler about the fact that I didn't play perfectly, you can see in a few spots here, I'm a little bit off of the lines. Like if we go way in here, you want to be on these little tick lines. And occasionally I'm not quite there, as you can see. So if I wanted to fix that in a hurry by the old quantize method, I could do this. You can go to the quantize. I think it's actually you just hit Q. But there's a quantize tool. You can get to it under here if you have Logic Pro, but there's usually something like that in all of the apps. You just look for quantize, you hit Q, and look, everything moved. So now if we listen to this, you know, cruise along nicely, etc. And I could keep going if I wanted to. But maybe at this point, I want to try to add a little bit of percussion. Let's put a little drumming in here. Now, you could just put in a regular drummer. Bring that down a little. Now, if you're just trying to build something quick, this is fine. But if you really want to try to get into something a little bit unusual, this is the pop rock drummer. We could go to retro rock, funk rock, psychedelic rock, experimental songwriter. Let's see what that sounds like. Here, let's see what an experimental song. Oh, I like that. So there you go. All right. Now let's add, well, for now, why don't we add another keyboard? Go ahead, go here, and we're going to add a software instrument. Oh, I see, pattern and, okay. Yeah, here, let's try this. It's the same basically, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so it says electric piano. Well, we already have one of those. Let's use, oh, I don't know. Let's use a synthesizer. What is Crimson Cloudscape? That's kind of a lot. Yeah, I'm not so much into EDM and the, you know, the dancey stuff. I know a lot of people love that stuff, but let's say, well, what is pad cinematic suspense? All right. Let's try our luck with this one. All right, so now we can play that back and see what we have. Starting to groove a little. Okay, well, let me see. How am I going to do this? Let us see about, here, I'm actually going to see if it's going to be feasible to use, well, there's a mic in the room. I kind of got to put headphones on if I want to put down any sort of vocal track, and maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, except I want you to be able to see what I'm doing though. So let me bring down the track a little bit. We'll make the input device, we'll make it this, why not? Well, actually, that might take away from the video I'm making, so, okay. So, let's just see if I have a signal. Here, well, first of all, let's get an audio. Mic or line. Test. I guess not. Maybe it has to be... Oh, it's not plugged in. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. This is why you always need to be ready, you know. Let us see here. Do I have my 48 on? I'm going to use a phantom power mic in the room. Test. Test. Okay. Well, it is recording, so what I'm going to do is try to vamp a little over it, but just with the volume low so you can still kind of hear what's going on. So we'll try that now. Wish me luck. This is not advisable. Oh, I'm not recording. Hold on. Always be recording, folks. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, okay. See how that came out. There's also, here we go. So, okay. I think this time we're going to try to add a bass guitar. Okay, bringing out the old P bass. Well, it's actually a jazz bass, made in Mexico, that I've had for a long, long time. So, hey, hold on, I gotta get my cord. As you can see, most of my stuff is somewhat set up, so I can just dive in and do things like this, but I got a little bit of noise coming through, but that's okay. So this is your basic bass guitar. Hopefully everything's cool here. All right. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Okay. So, pull that back to about where the measure begins, I think, here. Come on, there we go. All right, now let's give it a listen. Let's see what we just did. Etc. So now if I wanted to, if I was really working on something and said, I got to get this right, you could just say, all right, oop, not that, hold on, I might actually pull this out a little if I can. I don't know if I can. The hell with it, the heck with it. There you go, you see what happens? So now, if we're listening to it and we're working on something, we can do this. Gotta fix that vocal. Cool, right? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and try to put a guitar track down. Oops, sorry. Oh, God. Okay, so now I've got my guitar. Now, I haven't actually worked with my guitar in a little while, so... Oh, I hate when that happens. Here, we're going to go here. We're going to use an electric guitar. We're going to use Big Spinner. Why not? I don't know what that sounds like, but that's okay. There it is. I guess that's what that is. All right, I got a tune. Hold on. And it's going to be tough in this particular... Here, let's find something else for a moment. Tune your guitar. Like I say, I mean, I haven't even touched this in months. Looks like it went a little sharp on me for whatever reason. This is why you like to have stuff already set up. Then you don't have to worry about this nitty-gritty, you know. All right. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so now we get rid of this. And now let's see what we can do with... What happened? Okay, for some reason my bass line went down to a different track. We're not going to let that happen, so here we go. So this is going to be very, very rough, just so you get it. All right. But here, let's give it a listen. So some of that was awful, some of it was okay, but really I'm just trying to get a demo down, remember? So let's see what we have now. I don't think it started particularly well, but let's just see. In fact, here, and let's bring this back to right on the line, if we can. Here. This way I can go back and I can loop it if I want to later. So, yeah, just this, please. Pull it back a little. Yeah, it seems a little resistant. Okay, we'll try that. All right. All right. Anyway, you get the idea. So I'm not a very good guitar player. But I got my point across, right? Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can duplicate this track. I think I can do that. Hold on. Bring it down here and do it. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to get rid of this. As a matter of fact, honestly, what I first put down wasn't great, but I'll keep it because maybe there's some kind of melodic thing in there that I want to hear about later on. You know what I'm saying? All right. So first, let me get the guitar off. I don't think I'm going to bother with a vocal track exactly because it's a little tricky doing it for this demo purpose. Normally, I'd put on headphones and then do some kind of a track. But you can just hum something up, you know, and work with it from there. You can try many different melodies to add to this. I think actually what I'm going to do, because I didn't like the first thing I played. Yeah, we do that. And then we track this up over there. Oh, hey. Not sure why I can't get it to line up exactly, but there we go. Right on the 17. So now don't you hate when you get one note wrong? There are ways to deal with that, but I think for now what I'm going to do is just cut it out. Huh? No, wait a minute. Oh, I've got shuffle on. Yeah, make sure you know what you're doing. Crossfade, how about that? There we go. Now what? Yeah, maybe I'll just keep the very beginning and keep on repeating that. Repeat, repeat, oh, repeat again. All right, let's see what we have now. So you get the idea. So what I'm going to do, I think, is, well, here. Actually, let me first play with the tracks a little bit, just a little tiny bit. I'm going to, what am I going to do here? I'll keep the classic electric piano word. No, maybe I'll move that over a little. I'll pan that over maybe 16 that way, and then I'll put the guitar about 15 that way. Now let's see. You probably can't hear it, but I'm going to post this for you. So that's a reasonable mix. Maybe I'd bring up the drums a little. Bring up the bass a little. right, so you get the idea. All right, so I think we're done here. Let me just quick mix this down. And I'm going to put it just the way it is, just one repeat through, you know. There we go. Let that happen. Okay. And now I'm going to quit Logic Pro. Yeah. And I'm going to quit. There we go. And I'm going to quit QuickTime. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful in some regard. I know that some of you don't know Logic Pro. That's okay. That's actually not necessary to watching this. Just know that it's some type of software for music. And you can get much simpler software applications if you want. I mean, I started with a 4-track cassette deck, all right? That was all I needed. That was super basic. But this, yeah, I hope it was helpful, okay? Thanks, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe, all right? Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.